guys, Dal here from Dal's Rigging and Crane Tips. Oh yeah. Hope you're all having a good day, good Monday. Hope you're all at work, smashing it, getting the jobs done. How are we all going, Crane Tip fan? How are we all going? All right. Do we spend all that tax return money on new investments like crane tickets and like rigging tickets? Well, I hope you did. Well, anyway, what happened recently is someone's bird nested the Franna, all right? Now, I'm going to show you what bird's nest looks like, what a bird's nest is and what it looks like. All right, so I'll make me smaller. There we are. Okay, and we'll get into it. All right, this is a bird's nest, all right, on a crane. Nah, it's not. I asked some of my mates if they had any pictures of bird's nests, because Google, man, done me rough, and our mate sent this one. So go on, Jake, you loser. Nah, Jake's a good guy, man. I love Jake. Anyway, but here's some real ones that I found. That's a bird's nest. It's not bad, but it's where the wires are unravel themselves from the drum. This is another one, and this is what happens once it unravels. It can get pinched. If you look in here, see, you know, one of these loops here just gets caught in there, and then it's all disaster. And that's what happened while I was on break. A guy bird's nested it and snapped the rope. So that's what a bird's nest is. That's what I'm talking about. And that's just for you new guys who like, I don't even know what bird's nest is. This is what a bird's nest is. All right, your bird's nest is the winch drum. And that's the wire rope which holds your hook up. Okay? Now this is what it should look like. All laid nice and perfectly and symmetrical. Yeah, that's what it should look like. All right? So back to me. So that's what a bird nest looks like. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm just going to go outside now and explain the science of how a bird nest happens, how to avoid it, and some of the things that I say. And also, if you're reeving up a hook to have more falls, or if you're de-reeving a hook, how to put the hook on the ground without bird's nesting it. That's important too. Now, the biggest thing that will make you bird's nest it, the biggest thing that will give you the highest chance of bird's nesting a hook in a Franna is if you have 6 falls on. Another thing to double your chances of bird's nesting it is to have full stick out with 6 falls on. And this guy, I'm not naming names, everyone makes mistakes. I've bird nested before. I'll put my hand up. We all make mistakes. But this video is going to teach you the tips to never do it. But if you never do it, you don't know what to look out for. You're just in this world where you've never done it before. You're just like, oh, I just do everything. I just winch down fast. I just have 6 falls in. I don't even know what I'm looking out for. Well, I don't want you to be in that world, because then you'll do it. And you don't want to do it because then you owe a card in. And then you get shit from the lads at work. No one likes getting shit. All right? So let's have a physical look of how a bird's nest happens, the rope, and how to lay the hook on the ground. All right? We'll go into it. Guys, well, let's just establish what we've got here. On the Franna, we've got 4 falls, all right? 4 falls on the hook, okay? These are falls, just parts of wire, parts of line. 1, 2, 3, 4, all right? Let's just establish that, and I'll meet you up the back. Now, up on the back of the Franna here, we're here now. Now, we've got 4 parts of line. We've established that, all right?
Now, this is the wire at the back, alright? Now, if we want to look into the science of it, it's not much of a science study, but if we want to look into the science study, look, we've got 4 parts of line, okay? Now, this one part of line comes at the back here. This one part of line has 1/4 or 1/4 of the total weight of the hook. The hook is about 150 kgs. So if we had only one line, and if we only had one part of line to the hook, I'd be pulling on the whole weight of the hook. But at the moment, I'm only pulling on 1/4. And that's why, if I pull this, it's got slop. See, it's got slop. Alright? If I had 6 parts of line on this, it's going to have heaps more slop. It's going to be way out here. And so when you've got 6 parts or heaps of falls, what happens is when you get back down to the winch, this is really loose, alright, and it's got heaps of slop. And if you're smashing up on the hook really fast and not giving a fuck, what will happen is you'll bird's nest it. And then what else which amplifies this is if you've got heaps of boom out, this comes even sloppier because you've got all this line hanging on the back of the boom, really loose. There's no weight in here. There's no weight here. And if you're flying on the winch, if you're going up and down really fast on the winch, this has got no chance to reeve up because this relies a lot on weight being pulled on it to reeve up in these grooves. And having 6 falls gives you no weight. Gives you no weight on this. It makes this really sloppy. I'll show you this more extensively in the slew crane because we've actually got 2 hooks in the slew crane to show you a single reeve compared to a 4. Okay. Alright guys, I'm up on the back of the slew crane. I'm all harnessed up, got my JHA, all safety, done a take 5 just to show you guys, alright? Now look, we've got the main hook rope. If we grab this here, look how much slop there is. 4 parts of line. There's a lot of slop. Look, if we look up there, I can move it heaps. Alright? Now look, the baby hook line, not as much. Not as much because I've got the whole weight of it. Alright? We're starting to understand the science. 4 parts of line. Fucking look, I look like the ultimate warrior, smashing the ropes. Alright, 1 part of line, stuff all. Alright? So if this one goes up to 6 parts of line or 8 parts of line, imagine how sloppy this would be. It would be all over the shop. Imagine this winch here, when it's winching, it's going to have a hard time laying it on the rope. So we want to put, you know, if you're doing a heavy lift, obviously you have heavy chains on it, so that will make this tighter. Then you've got heavy lifting gear, spreader bars, so they'll make it tighter. Alright? But the same thing with slew cranes. As soon as you've finished doing your heavy lift, we need to bring it back to 4 falls. Alright? Now sometimes that's not the right amount, but I'll talk about it soon, okay? Now guys, one of the last pro tips I've got for you is if you're reeving up the hook and you've got to put the hook on the ground. Now this goes for slew cranes as well. How you put the hook on the ground can either be the difference of bird's nesting the crane or not bird's nesting it. And it's a simple tip. When you place this hook on the ground to reeve it up, you boom it down onto the ground so the winch isn't moving. Alright? You don't use the winch to get it onto the ground. You always use the boom. Now if you winch the hook down and the weight comes off, you're going to be even worse off than 6 falls or heaps of falls in. It's going to be like there's going to be 0 weight on that winch drum that we just had a look at. And so that's just going to bird's nest automatically. So whenever you're reeving up a hook in a Franna or in a slew crane, you jib down to put the hook on the ground. You never winch down. And then the same when you're bringing the hook off the ground, you jib up. You don't winch up. Alright guys, see you in the next bit.
So guys, I hope that makes all makes all sense. I hope that makes all sense. I hope I make sense. Anyway, let's leave that in. Okay, anyway, I hope this makes sense, all right? You got a good look at how it works, all right? So here are the pro tips, all right? If you have to use 6 falls, because you've got a heavy lift, and that's what it's there for, here are the tips. Slow the winch down. Take it off high speed straight away. Slow the winch down. Second of all, put your hook on the block straight away to get more weight on the hook. Once that on, try and put chains on as fast as you can. Try and put a shackle on as fast as you can. Your lifting gear on fast as you can before you boom out or do anything. Because the more weight on the hook, the less it's going to have a chance to spill into bird's nest. Okay? So get something heavy on it straight away. Once you've done the heavy lift, we need to pull it back to 4 falls. Don't be lazy. Don't leave it in. Knock it back to 4 falls straight away. All right? And please, the double whammy danger zone is having 6 falls on and having full stick. Don't do it. All right? That's the danger zone. Now, the last one is if you're de-reeving or reeving up the hook, when you place the hook on the ground, you want to use the jib to do it. Jib down, hook goes on the ground. Reeve up, and then when you come back up, you jib up to take the hook off the ground. Don't use your winch, all right? Now, if all that's hard to remember, just remember this red flag. 6 falls and heaps of stick out. If you see that on a Franna, if you see your operator doing that, or if you're doing that yourself, red flag, that's the danger zone. Dylan said 6 falls, heaps of stick out. All right? You're in that position, you know that there's hardly any weight on the winch rope. There's no weight on it. And you got the highest probability of bird's nesting it. All right? So you want to get those 2 extra lines out, all right? You want to go back to 4 falls, okay? So that's it. I hope that makes sense, you know? I hope that makes sense, all right? Because I don't want you guys to bird's nest it and break the winch drum and get a DCM. Don't come Monday. You know, you don't want that. I don't want that. And I hope this makes sense. I hope you're aware of it now. You know, more aware, people being more aware. That's what I'm about. I'm simple. Giving you tips to succeed, all right? Okay? 6 falls, red flag. Heaps of boom out, red flag. All right? If you have to use 6 falls, slow the winch down. Put weight on the hook straight away. Don't give it a chance. All right? I'm repeating myself, so I'm going to stop it. All right? Like these videos, subscribe here. Dale's rigging and crane tips. Oh yeah.